Well, hello everybody. It's me, Marcel Torak, and I'm back with our darling Dahala Silverlight. Don't we just love our girl? Um, and we are about to go and see our crush, Emeric, to save our little boy and our darling Tataru. Because, they went and got themselves in trouble. Or at least I think that's what we're doing right now, if I remembered where we were in the story. At any point, you might have noticed that I have a new mic. If you haven't checked in with the last couple streams I've done since they haven't been Final Fantasy, I've been playing with my husband. Yeah, we finally got new mics, so I should be a lot more clear and easier to hear. Hopefully, I have my levels set so you can hear me above the combat sounds and stuff when I'm in dungeons and stuff. And, yeah, so I'm kind of excited. I've got new toys to play with. Okay, so yep, first thing we need to do is our minion roulette. Oh, we've got the airship today. Okay, so we want to go to here. Oh, look, Hoshifont's here too. He's my husbando. He's such a sweetheart. It has been too long, Dahala. Would that this visit came under happier circumstances. You are come to plead for Master Alphanode and Mistress Tataru, I take it? Word of their detainment reached us while I was delivering my report on the Vanu Primal. Truly, I know not which is the more ludicrous, these charges or the flying feathered whale. That Sir Grenot accusations are baseless, I have no doubt. Refuting them will be difficult, however, as he is a knight of the Heaven's Ward. I speak of the personal guard of the Archbishop, the 12 finest knights in all of Ishgard, sworn to serve his eminence alone. Suffice it to say, their testimony is unimpeachable, and I have not the authority to challenge their actions. After all the Scions have done, routing the heretics and defeating Shiva, helping us to defend the steps of faith and drive back the Dravanian horde, after proving themselves true allies on countless occasions, is there naught we can do? I fear there is but one path left to us. We must demand a trial by combat. But of course! In a trial by combat sanctioned by the Inquisition, the victor's claim is judged true regardless of the petitioner's standing. Under Ishgardian law, a trial by combat pits the accuser against the accused. In this instance, Master Alphanode and Mrs. Tataru would be expected to face Sir Grenot and a second of his choosing, the Nether Knight of the Heaven's Ward most like. 2 of them? By the Fury, that could be hardly considered fair. Master Alphinode's magical talents will not have gone unnoticed, meaning that he will have no choice but to participate. Mistress Tataru, on the other hand, is quite obviously bereft of martial skill, and should be afforded the right to name a champion to fight in her stead. Lest you doubt, I am ready and willing to serve in this capacity, as I am sure is Lord Hoshifont. But all here present know that you are the most accomplished warrior amongst us, and mayhap in the realm at large. Then it is settled. I will visit Master Alphanode at once and inform him of our invitations. Dahala, meet me at the tribunal when you are made ready. Until then, my friend. Oh? Trial by combat. Oh, that is so archaic. It's so much a might makes right versus actual justice. In all honesty, no one should be above criticism and punishment. Sorry, I'm trying to eat at the same time because I haven't had my breakfast yet. And of course, it's a duty. Listen carefully, Dahala. When the trial begins, the petitioner will be asked to restate his charges, and the accused are then invited to respond. Then, in accordance with the law, they will be asked to restate their request for a trial by combat. Once the High Adjudicator acknowledges Mistress Tataru's right to name a champion, that is when you must make your entrance. Oh, I cannot wait to see the look on Sir Grino's face when he sees his true opponent. 'Twill be priceless. More seriously, should you begin to lose heart, look to me in the stands, and I shall cheer so loud, you would wonder how you would ever be contrived to doubt yourself. Now, are you ready? Oh, he's such a sweetheart!
We are gathered here today under the watchful gaze of the Fury to ascertain the guilt of 2 souls in a trial by combat. Petitioners, step forward. Sir Grino, for the benefit of all here present, I would ask you to repeat the charges which you have leveled against this man and this woman.
I, Sir Grino de Zemile, brother of the Heavens Ward, did bear witness to these 2 foreigners consorting with heretics.
Let the accused step forward. Alfino Leveilleur, Tataru, you have heard the charges leveled against you. Will you take up arms to refute Sir Grino's claim, and thereby prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men?
I, Alfino Leveilleur, am innocent of this charge and claim my right to trial by combat.
I, Tataru, am innocent of this charge. But I am no warrior and cannot fight. So, I claim the right to name a champion.
To the old and the infirm, the young and the weak, this right we allow. Very well. Who will stand for this woman?
Just as I was beginning to doubt the efficacy of the Ishgardian justice system. Come, my friend. Let us put an end to this mummer's farce.
Better get ready to fight. Oh, I'm about to kick somebody's ass.
O Halone, render unto us your judgment. Raise up the righteous, and cast down the wicked.
Spank, 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 senora. Spank that body right.
I have my pride.
Well, don't stand and fire, dumbass. Move. Oh, now you're coming after me? Because you realize I'm the real threat? You should not look down on Alphino.
I've got you now. Down with you!
Do you? There, take a slam to the face. Ooh, okay. Get out of that.
This isn't funny.
Well, it shouldn't be. This is my life. You're trying to kill me, motherfucker. Why can't I break the chains again? Oh, I can. All right. Give him the last blow. Yeah! Suck it, lying bitch! I mean, we won! The Fury has spoken. Alphino Olivier, Tataru Taru, you are hereby acquitted of all charges. Blessed are we who receive her wisdom and see justice wrought by her divine hand. Petitioners, accused, go forth in peace. Delivered from an untimely demise yet again. My thanks, as always. You surely keep me busy, kiddo. By the Fury, what a splendid victory! To see how you strove in the face of adversity, two brave young souls bound together by the puissant bonds of camaraderie. Why, it stirred me to the very depths of my soul. Having been treated to such a rousing spectacle, it seems only right that I present you with a humble token of mine admiration. Pray receive of me this chocobo whistle. With it, you may summon a black chocobo, fully trained and ready to fly. Awesome! Magnificent, is she not? Strong yet sleek, elegant yet eager. What say you, Dahala? Will you take her for your steed? Lord Enchevant, chocobos are prohibited in the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Halonic Inquisitory Doctrine. Your steed must remain outside. I'm sorry, that's just too funny. Aether currents are now available. Oh, is that how I fly? You have obtained a black chocobo. When riding this mount, you will have the ability to fly, providing certain conditions have been met. To fly in a given region, you must first find and attune to all the local aether currents. In order to attune to some other aether currents, you will need to complete certain quests. However, most can be discovered via exploration. To aid you in this endeavor, you have also obtained an aether compass, which will provide you with both the bearing and the distance of the nearest aether current upon use. The aether compass can be found under Collections in the Duty section of the main menu. To review your progress, select Travel from the main menu, followed by Aether Currents. Interesting. So you don't just get flying when you finish a certain quest, like we did with the A Realm Reborn. Okay. Black chocobos are all well and good, but the true reward of your effort is the exoneration of your comrades. They shall be released upon the completion of certain minor formalities, which I mean to see to personally. In the meantime, pray return to Fortaunt Manor. The court is done already. The Count has done so already, and will doubtless be eager to discuss the day's events. Is this the door out? No, that is not the door out. I am lost! And scared and alone! There we go. I think I found the way. So that means we might have to start doing some side quests. Just to unlock the flying, so that it speeds things up, like it did for A Realm Reborn, where I was able to fly to locations to get there faster for quests. Welcome, Mr. Silverlight. Shall I show you inside the manor? While you do that, I'm gonna steal another bite. Hello smiles on us yet again, Mr. Silverlight, guiding you to victory and setting your comrades free. I confess, I did fear for your safety, which is not to say I doubted your prowess, you understand. I just merely knew the strength of your opponents. You do have a habit of exceeding my expectations. Besting 2 of the Heavens Ward while the city's elite looked on? By the Fury! Anyone who hasn't been paying attention to you will surely do so from now on. My lord! We have just received a message from the vault. His Eminence the Archbishop requests the presence of Mistress Silverlight. An invitation from the Archbishop! What an honor! A personal summons is indeed a great honor, and given recent events, you would be wise not to delay. Go, Mistress Silverlight. We shall speak soon. A priest will be waiting for you outside the vault. Identify yourself to him, and he will escort you inside. Suddenly, I'm popular. As if I wasn't already. I forgot to use that. We are honored to receive you, Mistress Silverlight. This way, please. That is a big door. Ah, the oppressive organ music again.
Your Eminence, it is my honor to present to you the Warrior of Light.
I have heard the tales of your many grand endeavors. The Lord Commander has also been most effusive in his praise.
I earned it.
I am Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, and I bade you come here that I might offer my personal apologies.
Oh.
You will forgive me for not calling upon you as courtesy would dictate. But, as you can see, my more sprightly days are long behind me. But I digress. Your companions were wrongly accused of heresy and subjected to gross indignities. This, I am sorry to say, was the result of negligence on the part of our nation's protectors. Negligence born of an excess of zeal. Is that not so, Sir Zephyrin?
Yes, Your Eminence. Regrettably, it would appear that we of the Heavens Ward were in receipt of erroneous information. Sir Grinno has ever been headstrong. He pressed charges before the truth had been ascertained, for which I most sincerely apologize.
Well, that was a smooth recovery.
An unfortunate misunderstanding born of an earnest desire to serve Ishgard, but one which should never have occurred.
Very true.
For who could doubt the character of those who bested Shiva and drove the Horde from the steps of faith? Not I. That much is certain. That will be all, Sir Zephyrin. I would speak with our guest in private.
Ooh.
Your Eminence, As you wish, Your Eminence. That will be all for today.
They love
Privacy
them camera
is a
angles.
luxury rarely afforded one in my position.
Yeah, privacy is a luxury for somebody important.
Now tell me, young lady, what do you know of the Ascians?
They're a horrible, murderous traitor bunch that like to backstab everybody and cause chaos and suffering.
Much and more, I shouldn't wonder. Being the bringer of light. You should know that I myself have met with them, have entertained them as guests, even.
Well, now I know I should be concerned.
Those harbingers of chaos and strife offered us power that we might continue our war against the dragons.
Of course.
I have no intention of aiding their cause, of course. Nor less of being their puppet.
Well, at least you have half a brain cell.
Yet, were I to refuse them outright, I should learn naught of their true objectives and remain powerless to stop them.
Ooh! Maybe that's what Orianger was doing when he went and talked
Thus
to that
have
emissary.
I hearkened to their words with interest and paid lip service to their beliefs, biding my time and preparing for the inevitable conflict.
don't even have any idea how to kill these guys, so...
And why do I tell you this? Because there is naught in this world they fear more than the power of the Warrior of Light. If we are to rid ourselves of these vile interlopers, we must needs work together. With our combined strength, I have faith that we can wrest Eorzea from their grasp and pave the way for a lasting peace. Think on it.
I don't know what I think about that guy. At least he isn't stupid, that's for sure. But that's only if he's telling me the truth. I don't know if you can hear me crunching on a cookie, so I'm like trying really hard to be quiet because the mic is like right close to my mouth now. So I hope you can't hear me. Why did I do that? Welcome, Mr. Silverlight. Shall I show you inside the manor? Yes, please. Alfredo! Tataru, you guys are back!
There you are. I confess, I was more than a little concerned when I learned that you had been summoned to the vault. What did they want with you?
To kiss my ass.
Well, well. A formal apology and an admonishment of those responsible. I see my fears were wholly misplaced.
I don't. It's only because of such a show of power and the fact
By
that...
the gods! The Archbishop freely admits to consorting with Ascians. So, their ambitions extend to Ishgard as well.
Their ambitions extend to the entire goddamn planet, kiddo.
We will have new primals to contend with ere long, of that you may be certain. 'Tis but a matter of time. Yet shorn of the support of our missing allies, what can we realistically hope to achieve?
You have me, that's all you goddamn need.
In the midst of all the excitement, I completely forgot to tell you. When I was asking around about the Scions, I heard the most awful rumor. General Rauburn is to be executed for crimes against the Sultanate!
What?
If the Flame General dies, we will lose a staunch ally, and the one man capable of holding the Sultana's assassins to account. Lord Orchiphon was wise to counsel restraint, but this business will brook no delay.
It's probably a trap, but...
We cannot permit this execution to take place. We must save Rauburn.
Damn right. Though the situation calls for urgency, it would avail us little to charge through headlong into Ul'dah without a plan. Before we can formulate a plan, however, we must first learn how things stand in the Sultanate, which is why I propose we visit Limsa Lominsa. Aye, you heard me right. While you were about your altruistic endeavors, I acted as an intermediary in trade negotiations between House Forton and Lominsian consortiums. During said negotiations, an opportunity to send word to the Admiral presented itself, and I duly seized it. I am happy to report that we yet have a stout ally in Limsa. The Admiral has pledged her full cooperation in any effort to rescue Rauburn. Accordingly, I have agreed to meet with her, that we might discuss how best to proceed. Naturally, I told her to expect us both. Your presence never fails to embolden our allies, after all. Well, of course, because I'm doing all the heavy lifting. When you arrive in Limsa Lominsa, make yourself known to Sergeant Zaenthiel at the bulwark and the lower decks. He will admit you to the bridge. Bye, Tataru. We'll be back. The Admiral has been expecting you. Say the word and I will take you to her. Yes, please.
Friends, 'tis good to see you safe and well. I will admit I had not counted on you seeking, let alone finding refuge within the Holy See, but full glad was I to learn that you had.
Her voice changed! She must have gotten a new voice actor. Wow, very different. I like it.
Thankfully, we had allies there who took us under their wing. And theirs was not the only aid we receive, I suspect. When we fled Uldar, we fully expected to become wanted men, known to all and hounded at every turn. Yet that did not come to pass. On the contrary, 'twould seem the charges against us have not been made public. Might we have you to thank for that, Admiral?
Sharp as ever, Master Alphino. On Marshal Terrapin's urging, the Elder Seedseer and I demanded that the Syndicate suppress news of the Scion's alleged crimes until such time as irrefutable evidence could be found.
Yeah, everything they had was very circumstantial.
Our argument was simple. Lacking proof, to accuse the saviors of the realm of so unlikely a crime would have the people up in arms. In their wisdom, the Syndicate agreed, as you yourself have seen. There is something you should know. Some few days prior to the banquet, the Elder Seedseer and I were summoned for a private audience with the Sultana. There, she revealed her intent to announce her abdication, that she might pave the way for the establishment of an Uldan Republic.
What? But such an announcement would have plunged the entire nation into chaos.
She was well aware of that. 'Twas for fear of what might ensue that she summoned us. Her Grace wanted the Elder Seedseer and I to lend Rauban a helping hand, you see? To aid him in preserving the peace during the transition.
So, having somehow caught wind of her plan, Lolorito and Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination in the hope of maintaining the constitutional status quo. But they must have known that her death would sow as much chaos as her abdication. Chaos from which Teleji alone might feasibly stand to profit. Surely Lolorito would never knowingly... Ah, could it be? I dare not hope.
The Uldan authorities have yet to announce the Sultana's passing. To allay any suspicion that may arise from Her Grace's absence, they have issued a statement to the effect that she is presently convalescing from illness.
Mayhap they're waiting for a fitting moment to break the news. Or mayhap they know of some other reason to delay.
Oh, that gives you hope.
Something else has been bothering me, Admiral. I was dismayed to learn that General Rauban is to be executed. Yet upon hearing the news, I could not help but wonder why he had been kept alive for so long. Pray mistake not my meaning. I am, of course, overjoyed that our friend still draws breath, and that he might yet be saved. But if his enemies truly wished to eliminate him, they could have done so immediately. I see no reason for this delay.
Well, part of it would have been they didn't have any proof that he was a threat to the Sultana. Everybody knows he was the Sultana's man. Like, holy crap, there was nobody more dedicated and loyal to the Sultana. So trying to say that he's committed crimes against the Sultanate would be insane. Of course they had to, like, fabricate evidence first.
Aye, you've struck upon an important point, Master Alphino. Following his capture, Raoban had been held in the Marasaja pit within Uldar. In recent days, however, he has reportedly been moved to an unknown location. Queerly, 'twas not the brass blades who spirited him away either, but a band of soldiers decked in blue.
The Crystal Braves.
They're still wearing their uniforms?
Aye. If I read the winds aright, the arrangement between Lord Lolorito and the Braves has come under strain. At any rate, if we're to rescue Raoban, we'll have to find him first. And you'll be glad to hear that I have already entrusted the task to those best able to see it done. Our friends of Doma.
Yay! Oh, sick, my mic is trying to fall off on me. Raoban's survival is vital to the Eorzean alliance. We can ill afford to lose him. But I cannot send troops into Uldar. 'Twould spell the end of the alliance, and war as like as not. If there is to be a rescue, it falls to you and yours to attempt it. I would not have it any other way, Admiral. It was I who founded the Crystal Braves, and I who must take responsibility for their actions. Spoken like a true leader, Master Alphinaud. By way of a first step, you should seek out our Doman contact. You will find her among the frontier hands at Revenant's Toll, working in a kitchen. Alright. To Revenant's Toll. Oof, here we'll have to be careful because we'll probably get arrested or attacked there. And there's still a Crystal Brave standing outside too. I'm not even gonna try to go in there. Oh, you fucker. You have some nerve showing your face here, traitor. I ought to haul you in for your crimes and I would, except you doubtless put up a fight and I've been ordered not to bring conflict into town. Our priority is to protect the people and we can't risk innocent bystanders getting hurt. If I were to find any of you anywhere else though, you'll not find me so lenient. Consider yourself warned. What a fucking coward. Oh. Okay, it looks like she's upstairs. So let's see if we can find some stairs. Ah, here we are. Not this room. Ah, here we go. Higiri! Mistress Dahala, I knew in my heart that you were safe, but to see you again in the flesh, words cannot well express my relief. Even as the victory feast was taking place, the Crystal Braves turned upon us and took the rising stones by force. Amidst the chaos, few of my companions and I were able to slip away unnoticed. Since then, we have remained in Revenant's Toll, keeping watch over the mutineers while awaiting your return. You have done well by us, and we Domans do not soon forget our debts. We swear to do all within our power to aid you. Man, these guys have been such a blessing. I wonder, okay, just a hypothetical. Imagine how amazingly loyal and loving, like, dedicated the Alamegan people would be if they had been shown the same kindness that the Domans were. I mean, I recognize, okay, that we couldn't do this back when the Alamegans were needing help, because that's when the, that was shortly before the Cataclysm, wasn't it? Or the Calamity, as they call it? Either way, in the Waking Sands, we wouldn't have had the resources to be able to help an entire group of people the way we have the Domans. And I realize that that's, you know, just a matter of when we had the resources to do what we could do. But just imagine how different the Alamegan story would have been if they had received the same level of care and respect that we gave the Domans. I mean, the biggest reason why they're seen as such a rowdy criminal lot is because they're all starving in Ul'dah because nobody will take them in and take care of them. You know, it's just a food for thought. Shortly before you arrived, I received word from Limsa Lominsa that you were searching for General Raubon. As the Admiral will have informed you, he was recently moved from his cell in the Marasaja pit. At the same juncture, Yu Hase and the 3rd Unit were observed leaving the Rising Stones. This can be no simple coincidence. Their purpose, we believe, is to escort the Flame General to the scene of his execution. Suffice it to say, we have people shadowing the 3rd. If you would join the hunt, pray and seek out Doware at Highbridge, where I too am bound. Nope, that's not the one I want. Camp Drybone, here we come. All around me. I have been expecting you. Time is of the essence, so I shall be direct. Yu Hase and his men are bound for Halatali. We believe this is where they intend to carry out the execution. Hozan is presently keeping watch over the entrance. Let us make haste and join him. Making haste so we don't make waste. All's all around me. You come at a good time, my friends. But moments ago, the traitor Ilberd arrived and entered Halatali. From this, we may be certain that General Raubon is being held within. There is no time to lose. General Aldin may be executed at any moment. You must enter Halatali and free him from his captors. Please see to your preparations and tell me when you are ready to proceed. One of our own will accompany you inside. Oh boy, we're getting lots of duties today. Kick their asses! Yay!
Pray, forgive me my lateness.
Yugiri!
Lady Ugiri!
Master Alphonal, I am pleased to see that the light of resolve shines in your eyes once more.
Ah, yes. How pathetic I must have seemed to you when we last met. I am ashamed to record it. For a time I was well and truly lost. But with the aid of my comrades, I have since refound my purpose, and I shall take care not to misplace it again.
Yes, don't lose that.
Since your escape from Ul'dah, my fellow shinobi and I have shadowed the Crystal Braves every step, in hopes of learning the Scion's whereabouts. Regrettably, our investigation has yet to yield any useful information. Pray, forgive us.
I wouldn't expect the Crystal Braves to be knowing where the heck they are either, honestly.
You need not apologize, my lady. We are grateful for all that you have done on our behalf. Besides, Ralbarn is no less a friend, and we cannot well abandon him to his fate.
Hozan, the three of us shall attend to the Flame General's rescue. Pray, draw away the guards by the entrance. Take Dowade and Higiri with you.
Ooh! Ninja fetish! Love it! Oh, I love the sound of people being beat up. That was satisfying. Not a soul from the Colosseum to be seen. This bodes ill. Take the lead, Dahala. I shall follow close upon you. Oh, right. This was I think this was like a side dungeon. It wasn't one of the main story quest dungeons, so I never did it. But it was like supposed to be overrun or something.
Away with you!
Woo! Fire be merged.
Leave this to me.
No heals for you, Lancer. I've done my PvP. I know you always kill the killer first. General, but where are his captors? I mislike the look of that device. You came. He is bound by some manner of magitech device, yet I dare not force it open. It may well be booby-trapped. I have heard of such devices. The Crystal Braves will possess the key. Let us split up and look for it. That will not be necessary. Pray, do not take it personally, my friends. You are the victims of harsh economic conditions. Happily, you will not suffer for long. This poison will convey you swiftly into the bosom of Thal, where I hope to join you after the passing of many prosperous years. It doesn't sound good. Farewell, friends. Oh, and do try to relax. They tell me struggling makes it worse. Attack the wall, huh? I can do that. Rabon, don't tell us to leave you behind. We came here for you. We're not leaving without you. Alright, Alphino, let's go. Essentially back the way we came. Though, now we're not going to find people. We're going to find monsters. Okay, so I can't go through the door. Maybe it's up these stairs. I think it's up these stairs. Just because I could see some smoke coming up there. Well, it at least makes it stop producing more, but there's still, you know, poison in the air until you open a door. Next, to find the key and free Rabon. Give me your key. Oh, thank God. Here we go. I'm coming, Rabon! Sprint! Hold on, Robon, I'm coming. I'm going to scream so hard if we go through all of this to save Robon and I'm not allowed to save him and he has to die. If I lose Robon, I am going to scream so hard. I'm trying really hard to stay positive because, hey, I'm here rescuing him, so I should be successful because I'm the goddamn warrior of light. But considering how this series, or this expansion started, I'm more traumatized. My thanks. Slowly, General. You are yet weak from your ordeal. Nevertheless, we must quit this place. I should have known what a clever contrivance is to the Warrior of Light. Well done, hero. Ilbert. No, Lawrence, no! Come on, you were supposed to, like, actually repent when I Jesus Christ. You and Wilred were, like, the biggest hope I had of being the good guys, and you murdered Wilred, and you didn't learn your lesson. Fuck. I am so disappointed. You mean to struggle on, then? Very well. If you stand in my way, I'll cut you down like all the rest. Come, scions! Let's get this over with! Okay, let's kill the healer first. You have fuck all. Laurentis, I am so goddamn disappointed in you.
I'll tear you limb from limb.
Not if I do it first. Dirty, lying, cheating, evil piece of shit! No, I'm not bitter.
This changes nothing.
This changes everything!
It is over, Ilbert. Lay down your arms and surrender yourself to justice.
Justice? Justice for what exactly? 'Twas not I who assassinated the Sultana, boy.
Ere we debate who is responsible for the assassination, I would ask whether an assassination took place at all.
Oh, clever little shite. If you think you fight for justice, lass, you'd best wake up.
The truth is, you fight for whoever bloody well tells you to. Can you not see you're being used? By the Scions, the City-States, even the Crystal Braves? They none of them care a whit what you want. Only what you can do for them.
Isn't that generally how everybody is? That's how you build a relationship. Starts off with what you can give me, and from there, it's what I can give you, and then it's what we can give each other, and then it's whether we want to give it at all or not. It's still my choice to serve and protect. It's my choice to help people and be used. I chose that, you dumb, selfish fuck! Sorry.
And how do I know this? Because I'm the same. A pawn to be used as my masters see fit. All I ever wanted was to liberate my homeland, and I ate dirt to make it happen. But what have I achieved after all these years in servitude? Nothing. Not a bloody thing!
That's because you chose the wrong master.
If we ourselves are not free to think and to act, how are we ever to reclaim our homeland? Know this. There is nothing I would not give to take back Alamigo. Nothing!
You'll not get away!
No, Master Alphino. Now is not the time.
I'm but a cripple and a fool. And still you came for me. I'm in your debt.
We are all of us fools of fate, General. But even fools have a part to play.
Rest assured, I was not planning to die till I'd avenged the Sultana. Still, your words are welcome, lass. Know this, Ilberd. There is nothing I would not give to see you pay for what you've done. My wealth, my arm, my life. Nothing.
Yeah,
General,
the things you're
are you
willing to
aware that Lord
sacrifice?
Lolorito has yet to announce the Sultana's death to the public?
Yeah, except General Robon, the things you wouldn't give in order to sacrifice your revenge are things that are your own. He's talking about sacrificing anybody and anything, regardless of who else he hurts. As long as he can achieve what he wants, he doesn't care. That makes a big difference. Just wanted to point that out.
What? No. No, I was not aware of that, nor of anything else outside my cell. 'Tis passing strange, though. I assumed the bastard would make it known at the first opportunity, and set about tearing down the Sultanate.
As did we all. And it is indeed strange that he did not. Strange, or perhaps revealing. Now, I have no conclusive proof, nor do I wish to give you false hope. But I have reason to believe that Her Grace may yet live.
Oh, thank God. I know they've been alluding to it,
But how can that be?
but it feels so good for him to actually say it out loud. Because, oh my God, that scene where she drank the wine just... Oh. It makes me want to cry all over again. Jesus Christ.
Forgive me, friends, but it is not safe here. Let us continue this conversation without...
The General is safe. What news without? Milady, the guards have been subdued as per your command. We have since kept watch over the entrance. There has been no further activity. Then Ilberd and his minions have fled via some other egress. Scour the perimeter for signs of their passing. At once, my lady. General Alden, I presume, and the scions of the Seventh Dawn. Who are you? Identify yourself. Pray, do not be alarmed. My mistress is a friend, and I come bearing a message of goodwill. For your own safety, she bade me direct your steps to the Waking Sands. Know that Master Urianger awaits you there, along with others sympathetic to your cause. This is no ruse, I assure you, General Alden. If you will come with me, I have prepared a carriage that you may travel in comfort, safe from prying eyes. I have spoken with Urianger via Link Pearl. He confirms the man's story. Raban is in safe hands. Let us make our own way to Vesper Bay. I should probably repair my armor. It's been a while. Or not. Wow. Almost hardly any damage. Okay. Everything's all patched up and good to go. I don't know why I thought my armor was going to be low. Anyway.
My dearest friends, praise be unto the 12 for delivering you from the clutches of treachery.
I feel emotional. It's good to see you,
Father!
Pippin! My son! And Master Papashan besides!
Forgive me, Father. I should have been at Her Grace's side.
Save your tears. The Sultana yet lives.
You...
It was I who arranged this gathering. And judging by your perplexed expressions, it would seem introductions are in order. I am Dahala, head of the Order of Noldthal, and member of the Syndicate.
What you said about the Sultana, is it true? Is she alive?
Young lady, I understand you were with the Sultana when she drank from the poisoned goblet and collapsed. Would I be correct in assuming that you did not personally verify Her Grace's vital signs?
Yep, that's true.
Why ask when 'tis plain you know the answer?
So that
Calm
you hear it from my
yourself,
own lips.
General, and let me finish. The truth is not as you imagine it. You are all victims of a most ingenious ruse. A ruse conceived to eliminate the threat posed by Teleji Adeleji. 'Tis my belief that Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination alone, but that Lolorito caught wind of his plot and exploited it to his own ends. He sought to manipulate you into eliminating Teleji for him, and you duly obliged. At one fell swoop, he removed his two foremost rivals, all the while remaining above suspicion.
God strike me down for a fool.
But the Sultana... How can it be that she lives?
She lives because Lolorito willed it. Her own lady-in-waiting is but one of his many little birds. By her sleight of hand, the poison was switched for a less deadly draught before it could reach her mistress's lips.
Some manner of sedative, perchance? Of a potency sufficient to induce a slumber like unto death.
Were I to guess, I would say her grace is being held somewhere, dreaming dreams of a brighter Uldar, even as we speak.
Oh, Nanamo.
Oh, thank God. I'm so glad that was confirmed. Oh, thank God.
I will never forgive Lolorito for his part in this.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way.
Though Lolorito's hands are far from clean, they did pluck her grace from the jaws of death. That must count for something.
Unfortunately. Would have been
And
better
though
if
one
he'd
may
let
call
me
the
in on
man's
it.
methods into question, it cannot be denied that he knows the value of stability, to the very gill, like as not. He craves power, 'tis true, but he has no desire to depose the Sultana. I had never taken sides in your feud with the monetarists, but it was not for want of concern for our nation's welfare. Indeed, 'twas out of the desire to see order restored that I furnished your Far Eastern friends with information, and arranged this gathering. I hope you are ready to work, General, for there is much work to be done. Our first priority must be to bring matters back into balance. Lest you forget Her Grace's words, the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. As for the more worldly kind of wealth, I am content to let Lolorito help himself to whatever Teledji Adeledji left behind. You, meanwhile, must do that which you alone can do. Rescue Her Grace and take your place at her side once more, for her sake and that of our nation.
I had not counted on Prioress Dulala herself appearing. In my defense, my suspicions regarding the Sultana proved more persistent. Much remains to be done, but in rescuing Raban, we have taken a vital first step towards resolving matters in Ul'dah. We couldn't have done it without you, Dahala. Thank you. Fending, slaying, aiming, healing, casting. Fending sounds like a tanky thing. Tataru? Yes, General Raban is now in safe hands. What? Another assault? Very well, we shall return at once. Pray notify the Count of our coming. It would seem we face another crisis. The Dravanians are preparing to resume their siege of the Holy See. Though I am loath to abandon the Sultana to her fate, we lack the necessary evidence to act upon Dulala's claims. That being the case, I propose we leave Marshal Tarupin and the others to investigate, and return with all haste to Ishgard. Are we not going to inform the others first, though? You know? That we're taken off? No? Okay. Hi-ho to Foundation we go! she looks like the succubus from World of Warcraft. I do believe that that is mostly intentional. I love those wings, though. Those look kind of badass. Right, where am I going now? There you are! Sorry for cutting your reunion with General Raubon short. I wouldn't have bothered you, but the city's awash with rumors of another Dravanian attack, and Lord Oshafont was desperate to get a hold of you. Speaking of which, he and the others are waiting for you inside, so you'd better head in. Yes, please let me in the manor. My friend! Thank you for answering our call with such alacrity. I am sure you are now aware the Dravanians are once more gathering for war. Mistress Silverlight, Master Levier, I must apologize for this abrupt summons, but we thought it best to have Mistress Tataru contact you by the most direct means available. When the observatorium bells toll, 'tis a warning that cannot be ignored. The Holy See has ordered that we make ready for battle. In any case, in case you haven't heard, a band of trappers returning from the west claim they saw a cloud of dragons big enough to dim the midday sky. Nidhogg's minions gather once more for war. But I would not have you take up arms in another of our conflicts. When first you came to Ishgard, I offered you my protection. If I cannot ensure your safety here, I cannot well accept your aid, much less ask for it. Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are faced with a choice: to remain in a besieged Ishgard or seek sanctuary elsewhere. I would not presume to influence your decision, but I must ask that you make it swiftly, lest our enemies force your hand. Obviously, I'm staying. Though we flee to the ends of the world, 'twould seem that no place in this troubled age is free of strife. Once more the horde descends upon Ishgard, and once more her weary defenders must take up spear and bow. The Count would have us seek shelter from the storm, but I, for one, grow tired of running. If we are to shine the light of the dawn, we must do so in sight of our fellow man, not hunkered down in a hole. What say you, Dahala? Then fight we shall! Let it never be said we abandoned our allies in their hour of need. The choice we make this day may have grave implications for our order. It is only right that Tataru should have a say. Come, let us meet outside and discuss the path that lies before us. The coming of the Horde spells ruin for Ishgard, but her knights shall fight to the last to shield her citizens from harm. The observatorium bells have tolled. Either flee this pace, or make ready for war. How many dragons would it take to darken the midday sky, do you think? 1,000? More? Too many at any rate. I confess, I know not where else you might seek sanctuary, but few places are like to be more perilous than a city under siege. I wonder why we had to step outside to have this conversation. Especially since we're gonna have to turn around, go back inside, and tell them we're staying.
Ishgard cannot well endure another assault. Even should her knights succeed in turning back the Horde, the casualties will be catastrophic.
But what other choice do we have? It's not like we can talk it over with them. Dragons and men aren't exactly on speaking terms.
Actually,
with certain notable exceptions.
You don't mean Iceheart?
When last you spoke with her, she lamented her crimes, did she not? Then there remains a sliver of hope. If we can persuade Iceheart to act as our intermediary, we may yet be able to convince Nidhogg to abandon his bloody course.
Not likely, but a good start.
If there is to be a meeting, I would accompany you.
Ooh! I don't think I remember hearing Estinian's voice before. I think I like it.
Estinian?
Even with your intermediary, Nidhogg's blood rage may render him deaf to reason. However, the mere attempt may afford our forces precious time to prepare. Of course, you might also consider a more direct approach to ending this conflict. With the power of the Eye at my disposal, and the vaunted strength of the Warrior of Light, we could conceivably slay the beast outright.
But wouldn't that just build more revenge hatred? Like, wouldn't the rest of the dragons be like, you killed our dad because Nidhogg was the father of a brood? Wouldn't that brood be like, kill that motherfucker, he killed my daddy? Like, that's the whole reason we are at this war, isn't there? And Dragon got killed. Like, you have Nidhogg's eye. So you already, you know, pissed him off for a reason, didn't you? Like, they keep saying it's the sins of the children. Or the sins of the father are inherited by the children or shit like that. So clearly we fucked up and did something wrong to piss off the dragons for them to want to wipe us all out. So, I don't think killing Nidhogg is going to fix that or stop anything. But, you know.
If we are to risk a face-to-face meeting with the Dread Worm, I, for one, would feel safer in the company of the Azure Dragoon.
True.
However, I should only turn to your lance if my words failed to find their mark. Is that clear?
Ah, very firm. Very decisive. Good boy.
Perfectly. I shall assume that Iceheart enjoys similar diplomatic protection until instructed otherwise.
Yeah, that would be a smart thing to bring up. If we need her,
A word
you
of
can't kill her.
advice. Think carefully before divulging the particulars of this plan to Sir Emeric. 'Twould not do to have the Lord Commander accused of consorting with heretics.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get him in trouble.
Indeed. I thank you for your counsel, Estinian. We shall be honored to have you with us.
I am glad to be of service.
We have chosen a difficult road, yet even should we succeed in winning Iceheart to our cause, our plans for parley will swiftly come to naught should the Holy See decide to strike first against the Horde. We must petition the Lord Commander's aid ere we set forth. I only hope that Sir Emeric would be willing to muzzle Ishgard's forces on the strength of our vague assurances. Tataru, I would ask you to remain at Fortemps Manor and inform the Count of our decision. Tell him that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn mean to do all in their power to ensure that Ishgard and her people survive. Yes, sir! Alright, looks like I'm running up to go talk to Sir Emeric. I love Sir Emeric's voice. Oh. You would speak with the Lord Commander? Pray make it quick.
I want the defenses of the Outer Ward rechecked. See to it that the ballistas are in good repair and supplied with enough ammunition for a prolonged siege.
At once, my lord.
Ah, 'Twould seem I have visitors, and unlike those messing beyond our walls, these ones are welcome.
Oh, I'm happy that I'm welcome.
Pray forgive us for interrupting you in the midst of your preparations, Sir Emmerich, but our suit concerns the impending assault. To speak plain, we believe there is a chance the invasion might be halted before it even begins. I can divulge little more at this time, but I must nevertheless request that you advise the Holy See to refrain from launching any preemptive sorties whilst we seek to put our plans in motion.
I will gladly lend my support to any endeavor that could spare the blood of my countrymen, but I would know more of the cause you would have me champion. Will you not share aught of this mysterious undertaking?
Know that I have offered my lance to aid in this endeavor. I cannot claim that its success is assured, but our actions should serve to delay Nidhogg's advance at the very least. Which is more than can be said for the ill-conceived counterattack advocated by the sea's more vocal crusaders. They offer glorious death, but little hope of victory.
Aye, their proposal does not inspire confidence. Our resources should rightly be spent shoring up the city's defenses. The Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light sallying forth together to face the dread worm Nidhogg. I must admit the mere thought of it does much to dispel my misgivings. Go then, carry out your plan. I shall do what I can for you within the Holy See.
I'm glad this guy's on our side. He's so helpful. His excitement to meet the Warrior of Light initially made me think of like almost a little boy meeting his superhero for the first time. You know, like a little boy meeting Spider-Man for the first time or something like that. Oh shit, I'm supposed to be reading this out loud and I totally just brain deaded. I have no idea what just happened. My brain just completely went, read this and don't speak. In short, time is against us. If you're ready, Estinian, let us be about our task. The Knights of the Round Table.
Such commotion.
Yes, Your Eminence. The bells of the Observatorium warn of our enemy's approach.
So, the dragons are coming. Let them come. In their hundreds and their thousands. With the divine blade in our hands, we shall rend their flesh and drown the heretics in their master's blood. Even Nidhogg and his foul brood shall be powerless to resist us.
What makes him so cocky?
And when we have rid the world of their pestilence, we shall turn our attention to our Ascian allies. See that they are suitably rewarded for their invaluable assistance.
I hope he's talking with sarcasm there. Really, really hope that he's talking with sarcasm there.
If I may, Your Eminence, the Paragons wield powers strange and unknowable. Can we be certain that they will not see through our deception?
We can be certain of naught save the righteousness of our cause. If you would be a true leader of men, you must possess conviction as well as caution. we seek to excise the root of an evil that has blighted us for 1,000 years. The risk is worth the reward.
I don't know if I like his plotting. It does sound very much like he has absolutely no intention of being actual friends with the Ascians. But he's doing something, and he's keeping it very secret from everybody. That does not sound like a good idea. Whatever he's plotting is probably not
And what of
the best.
Estinian and this Warrior of Light? They have plans of their own.
Leave them to their purpose. We must each play the role we have been given. You and your chosen brothers most of all.
For the glory of King Thordan.
Isn't King Thordan like the first king who started all this? Like, isn't he the king that was around when the 1,000-Year War started? I have a very bad feeling. You know how, like, Iceheart can summon Shiva, and Shiva possesses her very own body, and then when you defeat Shiva, Iceheart comes back? What if what that knight just did was kind of the same thing? Because he sure as hell didn't sound like the guy he was just moments ago, and he looked a lot bigger. Do you think he is now also a primal? In the same sense that Iceheart is a primal? And if he is, what if all 12 of them are? That's a lot of primals I'm gonna have to fight. And Iceheart doesn't die when I do this. When I beat Shiva, Iceheart is untouched. She's unharmed. She's exhausted, but she's not hurt. So, does that mean that I have to fight 12 primals at the same time and then kill their humans so that they can't be summoned again? Like, oh my god, what? I told you I didn't think the king's plan— ooh, a wind-up Alphino for a friend. Yay. That I didn't like the king's plotting, because it's definitely clear that whatever he's planning is not a good idea, and he's using something the Ascians told him, which would be primal summoning. Like, it just, that makes sense to me that that's what he's doing. And is he gonna be a primal too? Because he sure as hell don't sound like he's looking to the knight for submissiveness or protection. Either way, oh my god, I wonder what that's up. Anyways, before we set forth, we must needs inform Tataru of our plans. Then I shall await you at St. Rainet's Forum. Tell your friend we may be some time. The road you've chosen is neither short nor easy. Of that I need no reminding. Come, Dahala, let us head back to Fortemps Manor. I don't know what I think about Estinian yet. He seems a very one-track mind. If that makes sense. Like, almost on the verge of obsession. And I can get it. 1,000 years of war. Right? But he seems very driven. Our course is set, Tataru. It may be some time before Dahala and I return to Ishgard. Well, just you be careful, alright? Oh, and don't worry about me. I'll be busy listening out for news of our lost friends. If anyone can find them, it's you, Tataru. Farewell for now. Oh! Before you go, you must put this on, Alphino. I made it specially. No, I couldn't possibly... Very well. Well, it definitely looks fancy. By the 12! It fits perfectly, and the quality is actually rather good. I'm glad you like it. I've been practicing my needlework while I listen to rumors and the like. A good receptionist is always learning new skills. My thanks, Tataru. Whatever else awaits me upon the road, I shall not fear the cold. 'Twas the least I could do. Now, I must be getting back to the tavern, or I'll never catch up with all the gossip. Best of luck on your journey. Tataru is so cute. Anybody ever so much as dared to say something mean about Tataru, I'm totally willing to throw hands. Okay, we are going... You've said your farewells, then? Aye, and we're ready to depart. I suggest we begin our search for Lady Iceheart without delay. Very well, but she will prove an elusive quarry. Where do you intend to start looking? In the absence of any fresh intelligence on Yazael's movements, I propose we pick up the trail where she was last encountered, the Querthus Western Highlands. Let us speak with Sir Redwald, was it? At the commander of Falcon's Nest. It is like that he will know if any heretic activity has been reported in the area. Off to Falcon's Nest we go now. Right, he was over here. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. Bum, ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, well, Mistress Silverlight. What business brings you back to Falcon's Nest? Judging by the company you keep, it can't be a trifling matter. The Azure Dragoon I know, of course, but I do not believe I've met this young gentleman. Alphinaud Levier at your service, and you are not mistaken as to the gravity of our mission. Sir Redwald, as I am sure you are aware, the Observatorium has warned that the Dravanians gather for another assault. We believe there may yet be a way to avert the coming conflict, but only if we can find the elusive Lady Iceheart. Thus, we've come to Falcon's Nest in hope of acquiring the latest intelligence on the heretics' movements. I see. Then you would be best served by speaking directly to my men. A patrol is due to return from its sweep of the surrounding lands at any moment. You may also wish to question the knights assigned to pick over the remains of the heretic refuge at Gorgon Mills. The possibility they have unearthed information that could be of use to you. Mistress Silverlight knows well the place I speak of, for it was she who first discovered it. Let us divide our forces then. I will stay and await the return of the patrol, while the two of you visit this refuge. When I have completed my inquiries, I will join you there. A wise use of our time. Come, Dahala. I'm eager to learn what Sir Redwald's men have found in the heretic's lair. Okay, there we go. Okay, I need to go quite a distance. Okay. Oh, look, it's the black chocobo today. Oh! I didn't see that before, and I ran past here several times. This must be those aether current thingies they were talking about for learning to fly. Yeah. Yes, I was right. You attune with aether current. In addition to currents found on the field, there are others which can only be accessed through main and side quests. Information on current attunement can be viewed under the aether currents in the main menu. And I do believe it was under travel, aether currents. Ah, see, I have one here. So these must be the quests. So there's 5 quests and 4 in the wild that I need to find. It's probably going to be the same for all 6 zones. It looks like there's 5 pages of this. Is that how many zones I have for this expansion? I hope not. That's a lot of aether currents to go hunt down. Well, that's 2 out of 5 that I accidentally found without even trying. Very proud of myself for that. Mr. Silverlight! Our findings, you say? Well, there is something of a tale there. No sooner had we chanced upon a promising look of sheaf of letters than we were ambushed from the shadows by great white beasts. 'Twould seem the heretics foresaw our coming and left behind their pets to discourage further investigation. Several of our number were badly wounded. And you cannot carry out your duties until the creatures are slain. We have not the time to wait for reinforcements. Let us deal with these pets ourselves, Dahala. Well, it's nice to know that he's the type of leader that isn't afraid to get his hands dirty. Oh dear. The creature took me by surprise. Forgive me, until my hand stops shaking. I fear I shall prove more a hindrance than a help. Pray go on ahead, and when you're certain that the rest of these things have been slain, notify the expedition leader that it is safe to return. Well, at least he took out one. Ah, polar bears. That an attack by surprise can definitely catch you off guard and, like, cause you to mess up and take a hit you would have probably not taken beforehand. But a whole expedition of guys that are trained to kill dragons couldn't handle a couple of polar bears? Oh, hey, Estinian. My inquiries availed me not. The patrol leader had little to say beyond that which his extremities of the frost had bitten the hardest. The beasts are slain, then? My thanks, Mistress Silverlight. We may return to our duties without fear of mauling now. And now I get a baby Alphino to follow me around. No, Silver, I love you, but I wasn't trying to click on you, dear. You wish to track down Lady Iceheart, is this not so? The records we discovered ere those beasts mauled my comrades appeared to be some manner of correspondence. We had not the luxury of perusing their contents more closely, intent as we were on surviving an onslaught of fang and claw, but I'd wager those epistles contain more than friendly salutations betwixt lonely heretics. My interrogation of the patrol proved fruitless. Either we divine some clue from these letters, or we wander the snowfields and pray that the gods lead us right to Iceheart's door. 'Tis hardly a choice at all. Guessing everybody's downstairs now. Yep. I found some few of these letters. Let us gather a respectable stack and see what secrets the expedition captain can wring from the collected correspondence. Where are these damnable pages? I'd rather battle 2 Avis than continue this confounded search. Wow, you give up easy. The letters were in a neat pile just here, but 'twould seem the skirmish with the beast has scattered them rather thoroughly. And I need to go around finding 3 of these, while you guys stand there in the corner looking cool. Typical. Trying to find if there's a little cubby or side passage or something where another page could have wandered off to, because I'm not seeing it. Can't get behind the table, so it's not going to be there. Oh look, a door. You know what, let's try going upstairs. I mean, we found one here, so maybe there's actually one up here. I am a genius! Have you recovered much of the heretics' correspondence? Well, I mean, you guys said a stack, but I've only got 3 pages. Splendid! Added to the contributions from Master Leveilleur and Sir Stinian, we now have more than a dozen letters. What we have here, then, Every one of these pages is a record of the dealings betwixt the Gorgain Mills heretics and their fellows in the Ankh-Alpha Amphitheater. There are requests for foodstuffs, clothing, and all manner of provisions. Iceheart's followers must yet inhabit the ruins we had thought abandoned. Let's see. Heaven's Eye gives you direct hit, critical strike, or determination. I think determination comes from tanky. Oh! And I've got another quest for that. Okay, let's quick grab this one from Elfenod, and then we're going to go do the Paladin quest. The Ankh-Alpha Amphitheater, the very place where you witnessed the manifestation of the primal Shiva, was it not? If that is our destination, the journey will be long indeed. The amphitheater lies on the other side of a treacherous trace of ice and snow that cannot be quickly crossed. Then we must place our faith in the Ethernet. As you may recall, our dear friend Moonbrita succeeded in recreating the beacon after it had been destroyed by Lady Iceheart. At the time, it was assumed that the resultant aetherite would only be temporarily viable, but given that the heretics of Gorgain Mills seem to be in regular contact with their brethren at the amphitheater, I'd wager it still functions. I suggest we make for the aetherite with the Snowcloak, without delay. Correct me if I'm wrong, Estinian, but the course of mapping the Snowcloak tunnel systems, a passage was discovered leading out into the Western Highlands, was it not? It might be possible for us to reach the aetherite from this side of the wall? It should. House Durandare posted soldiers at the Western Highlands entrance after the tunnels were cleared, but they will not deny us entry. Okay. Hey, so Crystal. I'm gonna miss you. Alright, kiddo, where are you? Somewhere over here. There you are, Constantinople. Ooh, we're gonna learn something cool. Curious tidings, Dahala. Not long ago, I received word from an acquaintance of mine, Grimold, who claims to have in his possession a missive written by Solkaskill and addressed to me. He insisted that I come collect it from him in person, in Tailfeather, and since we haven't any leads in our search for Oathkeeper, I see no reason to deny him. Let us be off, then. Ah, so much journeying. I'm definitely missing flying out here, but... Let's see. You have a quest. Oh, this is a quest for the Aether Current. Alright, so I should accept this quest, but I'm not going to do it... yet? I might do it off screen instead. Do you have a moment to talk? A short while ago, one of the workers from House Desmail asked me to go and deal with some Mylodons that have been causing trouble. The Black Iron Bridge barely survived the calamity. It is in desperate need of repairs, but the upland Mylodons roam far too close to it. The craftsmen can't work safely. Someone needs to kill them. The Mylodons, that is, not the craftsmen. I'd ask the Dragoons to do it, but they're so busy it'll be weeks before they found the time. I'd do it myself, but there's so many of the beasts that I fear I would be swarmed and outnumbered. You're a capable woman. Would you be so kind as to thin them out somewhat? If you were to kill, say, 3 of them, I think I'd be able to finish off the rest myself. Well, at least you're saying that you're going to do something and you're not just leaving it all to me. Because, like, seriously, you just said you're worried about being overwhelmed and swarmed, but I shouldn't be? Oh. You're a big boy. Hi, big boy. Oh, that was a big smash. That's that taken care of. Oh look, another Aether thingy! I haven't even had to use the compass to find them yet. Whoops. Oh look, another one! But I think this is a different zone, so I don't think that's going to count towards the first. But hey. Alright, first let's grab this because that's important. Then let's go talk to this dude because, again, this is important. Good. Alright, now let's go talk to the actual quest person. I appreciate you coming all this way, Cutstained. I know it must seem a little odd. Frankly, it's been strange for me from the start. Who sends a missive with provisions when we've got Moogles running about who can do it far faster? Not to mention the fact that bandits have been raiding caravans to Tailfeather for weeks. If it weren't for them moving on, this latest shipment would have likely never arrived. Any road. From what I can tell, it was languishing in someone's storeroom for a while. Better late than never, though, eh? It was your friend's wish that you come all this way. Read it for yourself and you'll see. I left you a gift near the 100 Throws. Take it and become the man you were destined to be. Curious fellow, that Sulkaskill. Any road. If I were you, I'd head north and find whatever it is before someone else does. My thanks, friend. I shall do just that. Let's head towards the Throws and see what we find, Dahala. Well, you've got 2 pieces of gear, so it's probably another piece of armor. Ooh, it's actually quite a ways. Oh, look, another Aether thing. I just keep finding them by accident. But I'm not going to complain. Goodbye. It should be around here somewhere. And this reminds me of my husband. Honey, where are my keys? Aren't they over where they're supposed to be, where you put them? No. Are they in your pants pocket? No. Are they on your nightstand? No. Are they on your desk? Yes. Well, if you put them away, you'd have found them. Is that a soul you found? By the Fury, it is! And look! A pair of Galleon Custises? But why? Why do I feel like I'm being led by the nose? First the journal, now this missive? There's so much I want to ask, so much I should have asked when he was still alive. So I'm guessing that was supposed to be some kind of gauntlet or leggings. Alright. Where are we going next? Oh, back to Falcon's Nest. Okay. So we finished what we needed to out here. But I have a feeling that my main story quest is going to be taking me there pretty quick. Alright, well. Let's go talk to her real quick and hand in this quest, since that was easy peasy lemon squeezy and done. You've already killed 3 of them? Thank you ever so much. You're not injured, are you? Here, please take this. It's your cut of the fee for the work. Incidentally, did you happen to see the farm on the far side of the bridge? Those Mylodons have made it difficult to access that area, and the bridge has been left to fall apart. after we repair the bridge, one day we might be able to rebuild that farm. Lovely. Oh, this is where we buried him? Nope, these are other graves. He may be buried here, though. To be honest, I never really understood why you accepted me as your pupil. What made you change your mind? What did you see in me? And what would you have me do now that you're gone? So it is true, then. Papa Shan could not conceal the truth from me forever. He told me of Sokoskil's claims and your search. I could not believe it. I would not believe it. Yet now... the man who inspired many. Did I just eat his soul? What sorcery is this? That's Sokoskil, isn't it? Oh, please let him still be alive. But the guy said he buried him personally, so who was that guy then? Sure looked like Sokoskil. He was watching you, boy. You and the soul you bear. Could he have been a minion of Death's embrace, spying on Sokoskil's pupil? Perhaps they hoped Sokoskil's quest would end with his death, that none would attempt to reclaim Oathkeeper in his stead. They thought us broken when our brothers betrayed us, when they robbed us of the sword and delivered it into their keeping. But we did not give in to despair, nor will we do so now. Oathkeeper will be ours again, I swear it. I must return to Ul'dah for now. The way our souls resonated was unlike anything I've ever seen before, and I would know what it portends. Pray continue to look after the boy, Dahala. What do you want from me? Ah, come on, I'm trying to take a screenshot here. Well. Okay. Creates a barrier around self and all party members near you that absorbs damage equivalent to 10% of your maximum HP. Well, that sounds handy. Okay, so it's instant and it's got a 90-second cooldown. So, 120, 120, 5 seconds, 90. There we go. All right. Well, shit. What a place to bury a guy. Oh shit, it's a duty. What ails our young lord? The moment we arrived at the wall, his face took on an ashen pallor. Does he fear facing the heretics within their own lair? Do you recall the first time you ventured into these tunnels in search of Lady Iceheart? It seems an age ago, does it not? Back then, I still believed myself the commander of the Crystal Braves. I think he's more just worried about memories. Ah, the guests of House Fortin, accompanied by the Azure Dragoon, no less. I cannot imagine what brought you out this far, but you are welcome to enter the tunnels if that is your will. Assuming the Ak-Afa beacon still functions, and we must pray to the 12 it does, we shall arrive at our destination in mere moments. Though I do not expect to be greeted by the primal Shiva, we should nevertheless be prepared for a frosty reception. The heretics are not like to rejoice at the appearance of uninvited guests, particularly ones with our history. Fair enough. An impressive structure. I wonder how many ages it has endured. Mayhap you should ask its occupants. They seem a friendly bunch. Dogs of Ishgard! Is it not enough that you banished our beloved saint? Will you not be satisfied until the ice is slick with the last drops of our blood? Stay your weapons. We come under the flag of parley. We wish only to speak with your mistress that we might broker a peace. Do you think us fools, boy? It will take more than honeyed words to earn our trust. You walk with the Dragon Slayer, and we all know too well what he's capable of. My reputation precedes me. They give us little choice. Come, brothers, may dragon wings bear us to victory! Alright, let's go after the casters first.
Your guard is down.
Oh my god! That way. I don't think I can interrupt it at all.
Focus. Release!
Know your folly.
They can turn into dragons? They can turn into dragons? What the fuck? They fight like demons. 'Tis death to remain. Fall back, brothers. Retreat to the cinders. I see no sign of Lady Iceheart. Would that we could have questioned one of them. What would you ask that we do not already know? They make for the cinders, and so must we. Even should an ambush await us, 'tis certain there'll be more heretics to question. The cinders, you say? I confess the name is unknown to me. Mayhap you'd be so good as to enlighten us, Estinian? I suspect it is the heretics' way of referring to the Dreaming Dragon, an island of sorts found in the midst of a frozen lake of Ashpool. Some 500 years pass. It is told that the Azure Dragoon of the age fought a dragon of titanic proportions. After a savage struggle, the mighty creature was weakened and unto the point of death, and forced into a magicked slumber by an entire chapter of the Holy See sorcerers. Ere long, a rain of ash and cinders did begin to fall upon the sleeping serpent's motionless form, covering the creature at length in a shroud of grey. Of course, a thick layer of ice has since formed on top of it, but you may be sure I speak true. A fascinating tale. We should make haste to this Ashen Isle. The Dreaming Dragon lies far to the west. Before we approach the frozen beast, however, there is another place I would visit first. I am told the Convictors have set up camp in Twin Pools. Their leader, Janalot, may have information for us to use. Ah, but mayhap you are not familiar with that name either. The Convictors are dragon slayers, after a fashion, but I am willing to wager that they encounter their fair share of heretics. If we are indeed walking into a trap, I would learn all there is to know of our foe. A sound suggestion. Let us speak with these Convictors, then, and temper our haste with a measure of caution. All right. Well, what do we have here? Hoping to join the esteemed ranks of the Convictors, are we? The hard-eyed lass looks promising, but you have a frail look about you, boy. I give you 3 days ere the wilds claim your corpse. I beg your pardon? Me not so quick to judge. I've seen this frail youth fell heretics with a flick of his wrist. And who are you to question my... By the Fury! That armor! That lance! The Azure Dragoon himself graces our camp! Pray forgive my disrespect, sir. I am Janalot, leader of the Convictors and fellow slayer of dragons. May I ask what winds, fair or foul, carry you into our humble camp? Ah, Lady Iceheart, is it? I know her by reputation, but I'm afraid I've seen naught of her or her people. That said, my own men can be somewhat lax when it comes to making reports. You may wish to question them yourselves. Thank you. We shall. Dahala, Estinian, let us make our way through the camp and see what information there is to be had. Oh, there's a whole bunch of these little side questy thingies. Let's see. Oh, this is one I need. I remember you. How could I forget? You're the lass who was with the Azure Dragoons Company. Since you're here anyway, perhaps you might like to try your hand at a spot of hunting before you depart? See for yourself what life is like for us convictors. The Dravanian horde is stronger than you might expect. Unless you've been at it for years, like I have, I think it prudent to start with something simple, and then work your way up to dragons. I suggest rooms. Slay 3 of those and come back here. Consider it a warm-up. And this one's another Aether Current quest. Cowards! All of you! Have you no shame at all? Oh, I beg your... Wait. Are you not Mistress Silverlight, honored ward of House Forton? Praise Halone, surely you will consider my request. You know the Dusk Vigil? Westernmost of the Citadel watchtowers built to warn of the horde's approach? 'Twas lost following the calamity, another victim of the snows. Within the ruins lies a priceless treasure, which must needs be reclaimed. I thought to enlist the services of these so-called dragon slayers, but it seems their courage is not as boundless as they would have you believe. But you, madame, you are not one to shy away from danger, am I right? Very good indeed! There is a sculpture of the Fury within the Dusk Vigil's chapel. An ice rondel is set in its helm. I would have you pry it free and deliver it to me. The Vigil is not difficult to find. Simply head north towards Banepool until you come to the gate. Knights may bar your passage, but should you explain who you are, they will grant you leave to enter. I'm stealing a gem from a abandoned tower. Wonderful. Oh! I think that's the last one I need to find in the wild. Let's see. It is. Now I just have to do the quest. I have 2 more already. I just have to find the last 2. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, let's go back to the main story quest. Surely one of these people will have encountered heretics while out hunting. Pray speak with as many as you can, Dahala. Nay, I know of no heretics. Do you honestly expect me to keep track of every Reitamu, Veramu, and Bertonet that wanders in and out of our camp? Yes? Huh? Are there any heretics in the area? I have not the faintest idea. Why, a heretic could pass under my very nose and I would be none the wiser. I hunt dragons, my dear lady. The big ones. Forever do I scan the skies for signs of my prey. I care not for the miserable creatures that scurry on the ground. Wow. Well, this person actually has a name, so maybe they'll be useful. Looking for heretics, you say? Huh. Why don't you go and bother Paraquet or someone? I have enough trouble keeping these preening fops fed and clothed as it is. 'Tis no business of mine what folk do with themselves out there in the wilds. Okay, you were just as useless. Thanks, though. Something I can help you with, my lady? Heretics, is it? Well, I've never seen one myself, but that ain't to say I haven't heard a thing or two. We would be grateful for any information you can share with us. Gods know we've gleaned precious little from talking to the rest of these people. If it please, my lord, I'm Paraquet, a soldier by trade, though not much of one. If I'm honest, if it weren't for the love of stabbing folk that I took up the spear, see? No, it was by order of Sir Jantelo's father. Still, as long as they keep paying me wages, I ain't fussy as to what they have me do. Not everyone's as patient as me, though. Plenty of low-born lads who get pressed into service start grumbling before they've seen their second battle. And once they've got to thinking about how unfair it all is, it didn't take much for the heretics to turn their heads. From what I hear, a simple promise of freedom tends to do it. That may explain how Lady Iceheart was able to expand her following so swiftly. Sad to say, some mates of mine gobbled down the heretics' tripe and asked for seconds. Told me they were off to the Western Highlands to light a signal fire. That's how you let the heretics know you're serious about joining their ranks, apparently. Send up some purple smoke and the bastards come right to you. Is that so? Why then, I am minded to start a fire. Oh! An Aether Current quest. Cool. If we are to lure our foes to our position, then we must find a means of producing a signal of purple hue. As it so happens, I once heard the tale of a trapper who dropped the hides of a woolly yak onto his campfire. Aside from the terrible stench, the story also describes in detail how the smoke from the smothered flames was tinged a deep violet. You are a monster hunter of some note, are you not, Dahala? It should prove a trifling task for you to procure a number of hides. We may need to burn more than one ere the heretics notice our beacon. Master Alphino, you and I shall gather wood for the fire. Aye, it will take the both of us to find enough to dry fuel in this frozen wasteland. Let us meet again at the Dreaming Dragon with the fruits of our labor. And now you have a quest. What's yours? It's also an Aether Current quest. Want to help me out, do you? Well, there's plenty that needs doing, and killing besides. I'm sure you've noticed that dragons aren't the only thing we have to be contended with out here. Take the polar bears, for example. They come here looking for an easy meal, drawn by the smell of our cook fires, and then raid our stores. Think you could thin their numbers a little? Killing 4 or so of them should suffice. You'll be compensated for your trouble, of course. Well, I guess it's like, thank God the quest's relatively easy. Hi, Mr. Polar Bear. I am very, very sorry to inform you, but you must die now. Okay, that's one quest done. There's, let's mount out real quick. I'll go around. Run! Whoop. Did not run far enough. Does he have hairy tusks? Is that what those are supposed to be? Some kind of like hairy tusk? That one taken care of. Last one seems to want me to go up here, but I'm not really seeing a way up. Okay, what's that? Full of regret, time to forget. That's those quests done. Let's go back there really fast before we go hand into Estinian, because that one's going to take us away from here. Alright, this should give me an Aether Current. They've only got eyes for dragons, even though I tell them time and time again that if no one sees to those bears, there'll be nary a scrap to eat. But do they listen? Ugh. I dare say everyone around here could stand to be a little more like you. Well, I said you'd be compensated, and I'm true to my word. I trust you'll consider this fair remuneration for your efforts. Why do they use such big words? Okay. Slain those Rumens already, have you? How'd you find them? Did they put up much of a fight? Good work, lass. Clearly the Azern Dragoon doesn't travel with mere amateurs. Sounds like those rooms barely put up enough of a fight to even be considered a proper warm-up. You clearly know what you're doing. If you want to try your hand at hunting down some dragons, speak to me again sometime. Alright. Now the other one is all the way over there, so we're going to ignore that one for now. That kind of looks like a dragon's head, though. It would seem that collecting firewood is a new experience for Master Alphino. He must have had a privileged upbringing. Have you the hides we need?
Ah, I should have known it would be you. Word reached me of a struggle with a small but well-armed band of trespassers. Forgive my comrades their hostility. Few come here uninvited, and fewer still with good intent.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I did kill a bunch of those guys earlier.
Now, tell me why you are here. So, you seek to stem the Dravanian tide with talk? A romantic notion.
A useful
if you but
notion.
knew the truth, the spark which lit the flames of this animosity, you would understand the futility of your quest.
Never futile.
Shall I relate it to you? The sordid history my gift has shown me. That which the Holy See has taken such pains to suppress. 'Twas more than a millennium past when an Elezen tribe first sought to claim the lands of Kurthas as its home. Unfortunately for them, Kurthas was already home to dragonkind, and they were not inclined to make way for the invaders. Thus did a bloody war begin. A war which might well have rumbled on until one or the other side was exterminated, had it not been for the resolve of a single woman. That woman's name was Shiva. While those around her fought and died, she attempted to parley with the dragons, and in so doing discovered them to be possessed of profound intelligence and reason. The great worm, Hraesvelgar, in particular so enchanted Shiva that she found herself growing to love the creature, whom her people considered a monster. In the eyes of a near-immortal dragon, however, the fleeting life of an Elezen is as that of a freshly cut rose. Scarce has the flower bloomed before it begins to fade and wither. Such melancholy musings plagued Hraesvelgar, who had found in Shiva an unexpected and beloved soulmate. He knew that all too soon, death would snatch her away from him. Unable to bear the thought of their separation, the maid bid the worm consume her, that their spirits might be entwined for eternity. Though loath to perform the deed, Hraesvelgar ultimately gave in to her plea, and soon thereafter the tale of their ill-fated love spread throughout the two warring factions. No more could they raise blade or claw against one another, knowing that the souls of their kin were so inextricably bound. In the days that followed, man and dragon learned to live in harmony, and together built a nation unlike any the world had ever known. For 200 years did this blissful age of peace continue, as it would to this day, had vilest envy not stirred in the hearts of the Elezen. It is said that worms owe their longevity to the boundless reserves of vitality found within their eyes. And 'twas in this belief that a traitorous band of knights deceived their allies of some 2 centuries, and took by force that which they coveted.
I knew it. I told you! I told you!
Nidhogg. He who now stands poised to unleash his wormlings upon Ishgard, was the great dragon who lost an eye to Elezen treachery. And until he prizes it from the hands of the traitor's progeny, no amount of conciliatory words will stay his fury.
You are wrong, Lady Iceheart. Lest you misunderstand, I do not doubt your vision of the past. 'Tis true that Nidhogg greatly desired to reclaim the Eye. Indeed, it was for that very reason that I kept it with me as I roamed the land, attempting to draw him away from the city.
Good gods!
Until recently, Nidhogg seemed unable to resist its allure and pursued me relentlessly. Needless to say, that is no longer the case. Now, it would seem, he has fixed his attention on Ishgard itself, though he knows full well the eye does not reside there.
You believe he targets the capital for another reason?
I believe reason has all but left him. Through the eye, I feel much of what Nidhogg feels, and the dragon's thirst for vengeance will not be quenched by aught less than a sea of blood.
If Nidhogg is indeed lost to reason, might we not seek an audience with Hraesvelgr instead? He has thus far shown no inclination to aid in the invasion of Ishgard, and may yet welcome our efforts to broker a peace.
You still believe that a peaceable solution can be found? Very well. I will take you to him. Our road will lead us to Dravania, the homeland of dragonkind. There we shall ascend unto the clouds, where Hraesvelgr resides.
Oh no, what's happening?
Is autumn mist, my friend? I sense the many battles are beginning to take their toll. Rest a while, and should you lose sight of us, Dravania lies beyond the mountains to the west.
Yes, I'm just gonna sit on my ass out here in the exposed, freezing elements. That's restful, all right.
Curious. The vestiges of thy mistress's blessing are not as faint as once they were. Thy will to succeed grants thee unusual fortitude. But will it be enough?
We'll see, old man, we'll see. Okay, so I'm guessing my next quest does take me out of the zone. Okay, let's grab this quest quick. And then we're gonna go and do that last one so that we can fly! You can fly, you can fly, you can fly! You are Dahala, yes? Pray, address me as Gazelle, if you wish. 'Tis passing strange, is it not, that fate should bring us together thus? Never did I think I would walk alongside the Warrior of Light. But history is full of such unexpected alliances. Shall we make our way into Dravania, then? The chill of the western highlands is unrelenting, and I would sooner be under the sheltering canopy of the Chocobo Forest. All right. What's this? A ward of House Forton wishes to enter the Dusk Vigil? You are aware that the ruins are infested with wild beasts and God only knows what else, are you not? Why, just the other day the convictors claimed to have seen a massive winged beast. Not a dragon, mind, but something altogether different. But far be it from me to deny an esteemed personage the opportunity to kill herself in new and exciting ways. Go on ahead. Oh, it's a dungeon I have to do. Okay. And it looks like I do not get to queue up with NPCs for this, do I? No. Okay. Well, let's hope people be nice to me. Alright, well, while that's going... Oh, my shoulder hurts. It's not fun. Okay. Well, since I have... You know what? Let's go back to Falcon's Nest and use the Chocobo dude there to go see the Convictors again, since I think that's where I need to go to hand in the quest anyway. And let's hope the queue pops really quick. You think it would, considering I'm on the most populated server. And I chose this server for that reason. So there would be a higher chance of people doing dungeons at the same time that I needed them. Okay. Yep, I can go to the Convictory this way. Perfect. Oh, I can also go back down to Tailfeather. That'll be handy. Hard to get a decent angle on that. There we go. Okay. Certainly does look cold and windy. Go. Ah, this person wanted me to get the thing. Alright. And now we're wait. Just a little bit. Oh! There we go. Just as I'm about to give up. Sweet. Okay. Right, now remember to breathe. Oh, hurry up and accept. I don't want to have to be stuck in queue forever. Whatever is missing. Where? Oh. Ooh, boss fight. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Not tanking. Dexterity, determination. I'll agreed on that one. Okay. Sprint. Look. That was kind of scary. Okay. Oh, I lost all that threat. Where'd they go? Oh, well, they all died so fast it doesn't matter. This looks like it's not going to be a fun fight. Okay, that was a bit very, very chaotic. Okay, nope. Guardian Knight's Choker, Strength, item comparison. Let's see, 110 versus 120. Okay, yes, that is an upgrade. saw a treasure coffer over here, so I was gonna just grab this real quick. There we go. Let's see. Pass. There's no larva. So we're up to our pretty much probably gonna hit the last boss here. Very dramatic. Oh dear. Something's gone on. Hold on a moment. Okay, my stream must have cut back in. Okay. Interrupt it. Can't interrupt it. Okay. Woo! We did it. Okay, let's see. Nope. And nope. Okay. Oh, I got some commendations. Yay! Okay, character. Really quick, were they actually upgrades? Yes. Sweet. Okay. Do you have it, Mr. Silverlight? Yes. There's no mistaking it. At last, it is ours once more. My parents presented this sapphire to me on my wedding day, as my wife and I presented it to Ylmeric on his. One day, they would do the same for their son. But for that disgrace of an inquisitor, suspicion of heresy, what rot! He knew what he wanted right from the start. By the time I secured her release, they had interrogated her for days. She was a shadow of her former self. But the final insult, the final twisting of the knife, was when my son took command of the Dusk Vigil and found the ice rondel to be the centerpiece of the newly commissioned sculpture of the Fury. He couldn't prove it was the selfsame one which had vanished, but oh, he knew. But no more, no more. It is back with the family where it belongs. It is, admittedly, hollow comfort. Yet in my waning years, I must accept what little that can be had. Oh, and I leveled up. And the attunement is complete, and I can now fly. Which is good. Because we need to fly over to Tailfeather. Literally connected.
Beyond Abalathia's spine, the great mountain range that spans the continent of Aldenard from east to west. Into the deepening shadows of Som-Al, where lies the ancient home of dragonkind. To a land where the soil slithers and the skies seethe with sinuous shapes, they came.
Anyways, what I was trying to say before I got interrupted and totally shut my mouth because, you know, voice acting is important. Like, Querthus is buried, not just covered in snow, buried in ice and snow. It is the North Pole in terms of how fucking cold it is there. And yet, right beside it, lush green forests. Like, there should be some sort of sign that this place is connected to, through that little tunnel, a bunch of snowy mountains and such. Like, it just... It's a little too sudden of a cutoff, if that makes sense. Like, geographically... I mean, look at Canada and America, or the North American continent, for example. You have a continent so large that up at the very north of it, there's never not snow. It is always buried. Almost always buried. In fact, they literally wait for the snow to freeze thick enough on the lakes to use them as roads for trucks. Several ton trucks. And yet you go down south and you get to the point where then you get seasons where there's actual spring, summer, fall, winter. And even into America, in like North Dakota and the northern states, they still get all of that snow and stuff. And then you get even further to the point where it's perpetually under sun and there's never even snow. And it's practically just like summer all the time. And just, but you can see the graduality of it. If you were to go from the top of Canada all the way to the southernmost point of America, in the middle of winter especially, you would see the points where the snow starts to melt, or never even drops to the where it's like super duper warm all the way down into Mexico. Like, but I'm not seeing that here. And part of that is because of the way that they have the loading screens and stuff set up where you don't actually walk across the border into another zone. You load into another zone. But you get like what I'm saying? Geographically, it just doesn't make sense that there's this place so lush and green. And that rock wall right there is all that separates this lush greenness from frigid ice and snow. Just, you know, seems a little odd to me. We now stand on the threshold of Dravania. The path to Som-Al will take us far to the west, beyond the embrace of the forest branches. It'll be a long and demanding journey. Might I suggest we take our rest at the village up ahead and see that we are properly provisioned? There's a village here? But I thought these lands were the sole domain of dragonkind. Why would anyone choose to live in such a perilous place? The wild chocobos. Tailfeather was built by hunters who make their living capturing and selling the beasts. Their leader, Marchand, is an acquaintance of mine. Being a gregarious sort, he will no doubt welcome our arrival, and he will also possess more recent knowledge of the road we seek to travel. I trust there is no objection? Only to this ceaseless chatter. If we are to meet with this acquaintance of yours, let us do it before Ishgard burns. Looks like he's inside this building. Well, tan my hide and call me Leatherface. We have visitors. Oh, if it ain't the lovely Giselle. It's been too long, girl. That it has, ma champ, that it has. My companions and I are on a pilgrimage to Som-Al. Might we stay at Tailfeather a while and prepare for the next leg of our journey? Of course, of course! Stay as long as you like. In fact, I wouldn't suggest leaving the forest at all. The dragons have been absolutely bleeding murderous of late. Forgive me, sir, but I'm not sure I understand. Do the dragons not bother you here in the forest? Bother us? Did Ysale not explain anything to you, boy? You've seen him towering column trees all about, haven't you? If you were flying above the canopy, you'd barely be able to see the ground. And, as you expect, the local wildlife's canny enough to stay hidden beneath the leaves, which is why the dragons do their hunting elsewhere, and we can do ours in peace. I see. Thank you for the explanation. You're welcome. Now, I know it won't stop Ysale here, but dragons ain't the only thing you'll need to keep an eye out for, especially if you're set on heading west. Let's see. That looks like the one I want. Hello, Tanky Shirt. Alright, let's see if it's an upgrade. Not sure. Yeah, I didn't think it would exactly be an upgrade, considering that I am wearing the highest ranking level 50 raid gear. And that should keep me going for quite a while. And this stuff's like only level... What level is this quest? 52, so... I dare say you're wondering what could possibly be worse than dragons, eh? Well, I'll tell you. The bloody Nath! They're what you might get if you crossed an antling with a megalocrab and taught the thing how to talk and walk on two legs. They never used to stray far from their hives out of fear of the dragons, but they've gotten a lot more aggressive of late, sending out war parties for malms in all directions. They've even taken to harassing the Dravanians in their own lairs, if you can believe it. And when they venture into the forest, which is more and more by the way, they certainly ain't afraid to come after my lot. I can only imagine how much worse it'll get closer to the Nath's home territory. Okay, he has an Aetheryte quest. I see you've been making the rounds getting to know the hunters in these parts. Well, how'd you like to help real hunters? I'm overseeing 3 camps set up to the east, but the lazy sods ain't sent me a damn report in over a fortnight, and I'm too bleedin' busy to be playing messenger myself. You look right fierce enough to get the information out of them. It's a simple job that'll earn you some coin. Can't rightly say no to that, can ya? If that tickles your fancy, then you'll need to talk to the leaders of each camp, Leonulf, Grenenart, and Aimbert. Hear what they have to say, and get back to me when you're done. Fair enough. It would seem that much has changed in Dravania. The Nath were not wont to cause strife when I lived here. You lived here? In Dravania? Aye. 'Twas in the time following the calamity. My family was dead, my home was gone, and I had fled from the bitter cold into these lands. I knew not the path of the forest then, and wandered out from under the protection of its boughs. That was when I chanced upon Harasvilger. He had descended from his mountain lair to hunt for food. My exhausted mind could not contend with the sight of the majestic worm, nor the vision of the past his presence visited upon me. Thankfully, Marchant found me my unconscious form at the edge of the trees and nursed me back to health, and in Tailfeather I remained for some time. Hence your familiarity with the locals. But I interrupted you. You were saying these Nath were once peaceful people? Peaceful would not be the most fitting description. They are a fiercely territorial tribe, and any who intrude upon their domain are attacked without hesitation or quarter. Outside their borders of their homeland, however, they were rarely hostile. Indeed, we were even able to trade with some of them on occasion. They have changed then. What of it? We have not the time to creep through the underbrush on some roundabout route. I say we make straight for Solmal and crush any unruly insect we meet underfoot. A more direct path, then. Very well. Let us first follow the trail west out of the forest and make for the statue of the Stained One. From there, we should have a fair view of the road that leads to Solmal, shall we? Woof! Okay. So, the main quest takes me... where? One of these 4 spots. Well, let's go this way then. If we go out this door, we'll grab this one, and that one, and then this one, and then continue with the main story quest. Things are going well enough. Been running into a bit of trouble with those giant bugs in the woods, though. That's it. You seriously could not wander the 5 minutes from camp to get to town to tell the boss man that? You... Yeesh. Ooh, red chocobo. That looks cool. Oh, but they want to eat me. I don't want to be eaten, thank you. I am friend, not food. I am friend, not food. Can I run up this thing? Please, can I run up this thing? Nope. Oh, yep. Nope, nope, nope. Nothing out of the ordinary here. Just the one bird that won't shut up. Haven't been able to catch a wink for all its bloody screeching. So you couldn't go and make your report? Okay, I have a question, and I think it's fairly legitimate. Chocobo are described as, when you use them as mounts, when we first got introduced to Silver, they talked about how they were actively timid creatures and did not like crowded places like big cities, so you couldn't ride them in the city, and they would wait away from you. Same for combat, that they would not come out for combat until you learned how to train them to fight alongside you, like we had to do the quest arc. And the only reason that they're brave enough to fight beside me is because they love Geishel Greens that much. Which means, why are they so aggressive in the wild? They should be running in hiding constantly or something like that, instead of actively attacking people who are out in the woods to just walk by them. Because they're supposed to be really timid. Or did I miss something in the lore? Just a thought. Had ourselves a bit of an incident the other day. Some fiend came stomping out of the tree line and gobbled up one of our fresh-caught birds. Wasn't a damn thing we could do about it. If we're going to keep on in this area, we'll need some extra hands. Tell the chief chat that. Why couldn't you literally go there and do it? Like, you lazy jackass. Alright, combat. No, I don't want to click on my ship. There we go. Should we chance to meet Machamp again, remind me to thank him. Had he not warned us to expect the Nath, I doubt I would be standing here. Amid ruins that I would tentatively describe as Ishgardian? The style, if not quite identical, betrays a definite resemblance. You have a scholar's eye, Master Alphinaud. That structure is, in fact, over 1,000 years old. It is a remnant of the age when our ancestors and dragonkind lived together in peace. Huh. You claim this is evidence of our harmonious past? I was taught that these buildings were constructed by heretics in honor of your Dravanian masters. This rubble inspires no such awe in me. Stubborn fool. How desperately you cling to the false teachings of your beloved Holy See. Enough. Both of you. You threaten the success of our mission with this incessant squabbling. Dahala, pray reason with these two. Quite. Lest you forget, our goal is to prevent a war which will claim the lives of Dravanians and Ishgardians alike. If we are to accomplish this, you must learn to tolerate each other's presence. Trust in Dahala's gift. In time, the secrets of history will be brought to light. Let that be enough, Estinian. You would have me keep my counsel until Dahala's visions confirm the truth? Very well, but bait me not. Our meeting with Hrasvilger will likely provide the catalyst Dahala's gift requires, as it did mine. Let us press on. Ah, god damn it. I don't think I got got the screenshot I was trying to get. Whoop, time to move. Spy you the 3 great towers to the west? Ishgardians know them as Annex Trine. The place serves as a roost for Hraesvelgur's lesser kindred. If we are to reach the peak of Somal, then we must first beseech these dragons to open the way. But do not be disheartened. The one who leads them is a friend. Or rather more... concern is the... Sorry, my brain just kind of went, what? Of rather more concern is the disposition of the Nath. Let us survey the approach to the towers and see if the path is clear. Alright, so now we're heading over this way, okay. Tis as I feared. The road ahead is teeming with Nath soldiers. Marchant did not exaggerate then. These beastmen have grown brazen indeed if they would threaten the dragons so openly. Do they intend to insult the lair itself? I pray they do not. Mighty though my Dravanian friends are, they are yet vulnerable to the Nath's muskets. There is no route save the one before us. Should the beastmen offer battle, we have no choice but to accept. Alright. So here is where I'm going to stop for the day. I think we got quite a bit done, including unlocking flying, at least in one zone. So I had fun. I hope you guys did too. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye!